When I throw these angular vases, I tend to use stoneware that's a little bit on the stiff side. It can make centering and coning up and down the clay a little bit trickier, but later on in the process when it comes to creating the more distinct angles the vase will have, it just helps the pot hold its shape a bit better. I center the mass of clay into a tall lump and then open it up with my finger and thumb. This particular step you'll find many potters do differently, and ultimately you should just try and find something that feels comfortable for you. As long as the clay is being moved around in an effective manner, then the way you position your hands doesn't really matter. Some potters pull up with a thumb, some use a sponge, others their knuckle, or fingers, or even the palm of their hand. I tend to use a mixture of all of these, depending on the pots I'm making, or the day, or the type of clay I'm turning into a pot. This angular shape has become one of my most recognisable, I think, and there's a few strict rules I follow to make sure they fit within my body of work and retain the same aesthetic, and most importantly, work proportionally. For these, the tapering bottom section has to account for at least half the height of the pot. If the lower section is too small, the entire vessel ends up looking stumpy and loses any elegance it had. As for the upper section, as long as no part of it is wider than the outermost portion in the waist, then it doesn't feel top-heavy. Of course, these ideals are subjective, I suppose, but when I make one of these with a shape I don't like, it's normally the fault of one of the two aspects I just mentioned. With slip then scraped off the surface and dry hands, the pot lifts away easily.